Hello there, Lynx here, welcome to Katawa Shoujo. A very grey background, I wonder why. I hold true to my promise of honoring Rin's request, even if it's against my own will. I try to redirect my focus into my studies, but end up zoning out during classes and doing only the minimum amount of work required. Still, I start looking into my post-high school options a bit more seriously. I pore over university brochures and various career paths. I'm good at studying, so I want to go to a university. I'm pretty sure I could get into a pretty decent one too. The only problem is deciding which subject will be the best. Kenji ridicules me about subjecting myself to the control of feminist teachers when I tell him about trying to get into university. I just ask him about what he wants to do in the future. I wonder what Rin thinks of her own future. I bet she's not as lost as I am, and if she is, it's probably in some completely different way. I feel somewhat disappointed in finding out that I can't stop thinking about her. Her request makes me worry about her and think about her. More than I did when I could go and see her when I wanted. It bothers me that I can't. I understand. As expected, I eventually crack. Late one afternoon, I get on the bus heading downtown. I try to avoid explaining to myself exactly why I'm doing this and keep thinking about other things for the entire duration of the trip. After a 5-minute walk, I'm standing in front of the gallery. I walk past it to the door of the atelier, but at the last moment I lose my courage and continue on all the way to the next corner, at which point I turn back. Will Rin hate me if I go and see her? I wonder what she's like when she's angry. I've never seen her angry. The worst thing would be if I actually ruined something by going to see her, like she seemed to imply would happen. But there is no way that can be true, can there? It's just one of her quirks. I walk back down the streets and end up passing the atelier door for the second time. On this time, I continue all the way to gallery. Its owner is standing just outside the door watching me. That's awkward. I thought that was you. What are you doing? I don't want to explain the circumstances between Rin and me, so I get flustered and end up mumbling something like, She takes stock of me and then sighs deeply. Looking really amused somehow. I hope she didn't understand. Misunderstand. Would you like to come in? Your teacher's visiting. We're discussing Rin's exhibition. Yeah, thanks for that invitation, but I really should. Don't be shy now. Come on in. Oh boy. I follow Sae inside. Find that our art teacher indeed is there. Nomiya is standing at the big desk, contemplating what looks like an invitation card. Look what the cat dragged in! Nakai! Hello there, my boy! He doesn't seem to be at all fazed by appearance. How do you like the invitations? Yo. That's cool. I glance at them quickly. They're kind of fancy, with one of Rin's paintings printed on the front cover and shiny gold writing. They look fine to me. They're magnificent! I absolutely love the design and the almost gold lettering! Fabulous! Good print work too! You have to tell me where you get those done. What does Rin think? I haven't asked. She said she'd be fine with my decision anyway. Nomiya laughs boisterously, still turning the gold-lettered card in his hands. That's my girl. She wants to focus on the essentials only. Good for her. Her work is progressing well too. It seems she's found new inspiration. Oh, I think she's been sort of weird lately. It's like she's wrestling with something herself probably, and it makes her confused. Me too, but you know, she said she had a hard time painting the last time I saw her. It seems to be resolved now, however. Oh. You know she practically lives up there now, right? Sam makes a simple gesture with her hand, as if sweeping my question aside. Sure. Don't you think that's weird? Maybe it is. Still, I think she understands how big an opportunity this is and is going for it. Full throttle. Is it really that big? Nomiya sets the car down and brushes down imaginary dust off his jacket. Well, how should I put it? There are times in everyone's lives where something really big washes over you and changes you forever. This could be just that moment for Tezuka. I see. Yeah, I think I've had something like that happen to me. I'm referring to the incident that brought me to Yamaku. Neither of the two adults comments on that, however. It might well be that everyone has or will. At any rate, surrendering oneself to art is a big decision, and the tourney path to quiet tourney indeed. Tezuka has almost everything one needs, but whether she has the will to pull through, that's a different question. I should know that best. I tried going down this path too, but turned away in the end. What? I don't understand what he's trying to say. Is that why you're being so supportive, Rin? Why did you turn away from being an artist? Save. 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 Return. Let's go with first one, I think. Is that why you're being so supportive, Rin? Because no, you know it's hard? Sai answers me instead of the art teacher. Maybe, partially. Does it bother you? Well, no. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing either. I just don't get it. Like the atelier. It's an amazing place, but it's not been used in who knows how long, and now the train came out. 17 years and 4 months. Huh? What? I raise my eyes to meet Sai's. A calm, calculating stare, not unlike Rin's own, is fixed upon me. Nomiya's usual smile has suddenly died too. It feels like the air pressure in the gallery has suddenly dropped, along with the temperature. That is how long it's been since someone worked there. Oh. I guess there is a story to everything. Sai crosses her arms with a quiet sigh and leans against the table. The atelier belonged to my husband. He was an artist too. He lived up there. Well, we both lived up there for some time after we got married. We actually met through him, as a matter of fact. That's right. Anyway, we were young and foolish, or at least I was. We were studying art at the same school, art history for me, painting for him. And as he just said, this was about the time I met your teacher. Anyway, I fell madly in love with this person, or maybe with his art. He was brilliant, a genius, just shone so brightly whenever he put a brush to canvas. Her voice takes on an almost reverent sort of tone as she reminisces about her husband. I look at her hands and notice that she's not wearing a wedding band, and on top of that she keeps speaking in the past tense. He really was the kind of artist who would make history books, one with a direct line to God. That's what I thought anyway. Silly, isn't it? I think we all knew that he was something else back then, even the teachers. That genius. Well, I'd say it consumed him. Everything, absolutely everything was second to art. Be it social life, getting a job, or even me. It just wasn't as important. It seems that artists can't look at their work as just a job, you know. It's something more fundamental to them. It was hard to live with a person like that. Hard to be married to a person like that. She takes a pause and then looks to see if I understood. I guess the point of the story hasn't emerged yet, that or I've missed it. The point is, Renin might be like that guy. Anyway, so how'd you cope with it? My question, probably the exact one she was saying for, draws a dry chuckle out of her. However I could. Sometimes it was hard. Sometimes I fooled myself into believing he would change. I pursed my own things too. so it was easy just to let him be. It's not like we can stop an artist from painting if he wants to paint. Plus, being with an artist is fascinating. I can't say that I hated it. Art schools are full of all sorts of posers and pretentious schmucks. It's not only art schools, by the way, but true artists are lovely people in general. I think that's why your teacher has taken such a shine to our little kitten. She really has the makings of the artist, and a good one at that. She wants to paint. She must paint. Quite so. She's the best student I've ever had. Oh, that hurts. We should say that. It's just about her finding her own way now. Maybe that's why I wanted to give her this chance. If she goes to an art school, it will be good for her. Artistic expression is about finding one's own place to be, your own limits, and then working with that, to expand them, to break them, whatever works best. But you have to know the limits of what you can do. Anyway, long story short, my husband was a person without those kinds of limits, an unique individual. But a human being can't endure a being like that. He died young. After he was gone, I couldn't stand her atelier anymore and tried to forget it. That kind of thing happens. You could say that his fame was bright but brief. Her story comes to an abrupt end, but it doesn't seem like she's going to go any further. Nomiya toys with the invitation cards lying on the table, as if doing something just for the sake of doing it. Well, but what if Rin is like your husband too? What if she's a person who has unlimited potential? Saya's hand twitches and I see once more that sad look welling up in her eyes. It's the look she gets when she watches Rin. The look by which she remembers her husband. I doubt it. Saya stands up and digs in the pocket of her jacket for a cigarette and lighter. Her hands are shaking. I'm going out for a smoke. Wordlessly, Nomi and I both decide to follow her after a moment. It's already dark outside. Saya is standing with her back to us, taking sharp occasional drags on her cigarette. Its weak amber glow illuminates her face, framing her sharp jawline. Maybe it's best to call it a night. I can give you a lift back to school if you want, Nakai. You're not going anywhere, Shinichi. I need a drink. We're going to that place at the corner. Which corner? 23rd? 24th? I know it's not funny, but... The teacher looks at the old lady and then shrugs at me apologetically. It's no problem. I'll just catch the bus back. I'm headed upstairs. Severin will come back to school with me anyway. I think she's been staying overnight here too often lately. Saya locks the front door of the gallery and links arms with the old art teacher. I feel strange looking them. I wonder what it feels like to have friends who have been with you for decades, for most of your life. I can't imagine it. The two of them start making their way down the street towards the bar on the corner, so I quickly head upstairs to the atelier door, ready to get what I originally came here for. I climb upstairs and enter carefully. The room is dark because of the quickly falling night, but I can see Rin, or rather her silhouette, sitting on the floor. So she's got her inspiration back, like I said, and moved from easel to painting on the floor. Before I manage 5 steps, I stop, frozen in my tracks. The ironic realization that human cognitive ability is commendable echoes through my mind. From a mere movement of her shadow, it took me a fraction of a second to realize something's awry, process what I'm seeing, formulate the answer and blush all the way up to the tips of my ears. Is it? Sensor time?
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Rin is sitting on the floor with her legs under her. Something in the atmosphere of the room changes, something not consciously noticeable, but it changes. Perhaps a tiny current from the open door, or a minute change in the air pressure. The sound of my breathing, even though I notice I haven't taken breath for many seconds. The aura of my presence. That something catches Rin's senses. She stops moving, freezes and slowly turns to the door. I imagine not to see the horror on her face, like a fawn's eye staring at the hunter. I wonder if Rin can see my expression, but at least she didn't have the strength for the spirit to look straight in my eyes. So she drops her chin against her chest, letting her mess of her hide her face from me even further. I feel like I should either walk out or walk to her, but I can't do either. I told you to stay away. Her words are defeated, painful as if she was suffering. Rin doesn't have anything other than her shirt on. I can see the last wisps of the twilight against the pale skin of her thighs and bottom. There is no way I can back off anymore. I lost the chance, so I do the next best thing. I quickly avert my gaze even for Rin doesn't see what I'm looking at. I'm sorry, I didn't think. It's not like that. Her voice is raspy, shivering from held back tears or something else. She's shaking, looking like she's physically in pain. It's not like that. Oh boy, wall of text again. I had no idea what it really means to change, but now you have no idea what I've had to do, and all the things that pass through, and I think I forget I really don't. They just build up inside and grow and grow and grow until they flow out, like a flow of everything that has ever been wrong. I can't think of the things I want because there is only so many things I can think. 4, 6, 7, doesn't matter as it's never enough. I have to let this out, I destroy, forget it, and nothing else. Rin is mumbling her words in the air more than talking to me. It is the rumbling, ranting, raving speech of a lunatic, even unsteady in tone, but taking the form of a never-ending stream of words almost simultaneously spouting from between her lips. It feels like she forgot it is me who is present, or that someone actually is present. Maybe she vaguely recognizes what is real and what is not. Maybe in her mind I am a voice inside of her head. I look down at Rin's sorry figure, covering on the floor with only the white shirt of her usual attire on. It neither preserves her modesty that is gone, nor her body warmth that she doesn't seem to care about. She looks more broken than I imagined, a human person being capable of, and the hospital and school have given me some real perspective on that. I remember the hazy blue smoke and myself wondering what Rin would do for the sake of art. The realization that Rin release always serious hits me with its entire wave. Surely and truly would destroy herself if her art required it. I thought she was so silly with her strange ways, talking about personal change as if it was something sudden and concrete, like waking up. I had no idea. This is her, laid bare in front of my eyes in all possible meanings of the word. Complete isolation, here in the top floor of this building, in this room, in her mind. Is that a Dame Mona Lisa, by the way? The anime version is better, by the way. Day after day, working on her paintings with no heat paid to anything else. Breaking herself to reach that which she wishes to reach. This obscene act that she does for reasons I'm not sure she herself understands. Why does she have to do this? I'm trying to connect the pieces, but I don't understand. I feel sad, scared, excited, disgusted, worried, and a number of emotions I can't remember the name of now. I feel conflicted. I should go. I'm really sorry. It doesn't matter. My voice is dry and quiet, like sandpaper coming out of my throat. I really am sorry. Sorry for seeing this. I don't want to see Rin like this. All I can see is her sadness, her stress and despair. Is this what a limit means? How could Saenomia let Rin go this far? Or is it me who is to blame? I almost walk out right there, but at the last moment I turn around, steel myself, and walk to Rin to crouch behind her and lightly touch her forehead. She doesn't resist or react. I can't leave her like this. She's not well. She feels like she has a fever, freezing cold and burning hot at the same time. I wonder if she got sick from staying out all night with me back then. It seems she's prone to getting ill. There is a blanket on the couch, but I wrap my arms around Rin instead of fetching it. She does not resist my clumsy hug, only slumps her head lower, deepening the shadows, hiding her face from me. What are you doing? Nothing. I am not embracing her out of love, nor out of forgiveness. For am I in love? Or is she sorry? I just want to hug her. For a moment, the only sound in the room is her heavy breathing. My body warmth shared between two people is barely enough, but slowly, painfully, slowly it spreads from me to her. The small warmth returning to me makes me more conscious of her body against mine. Even in the darkness, I can feel the fleeting scent of Rin's hair, the sweat on her skin, the dried paint stuck in her shirt. I feel the hardness of her bones and the softness of her flesh. Her heart beats echoing mine, out of the rhythm just like always. The hot blood rushing inside me reminds me why I said what I said back then, why I came here even after that, why I am here tonight again. Why I am hugging her now, to keep her safe against the cold and the sadness. Rin has really grown on me inside my heart, claiming a small part of it as her own without even particularly trying. Rin. Even if she wants to push me away, I can't help this feeling. Are you alright, Rin? I'm not. I think I broke. I painted some really good things. Incredible. But it hurt me. I can't handle this. Her voice cuts out, as there are no more words for her to say. It's not an angry voice, nor a sad voice. It is a lifeless voice. I pat her head and shoulders, the physical equivalent of saying, there. It's not like I could reassure her with the sweet nothings that people are supposed to say in this kind of situation. I'm not sure if she would even listen, or be reassured. She didn't react much to my embrace either, as if she didn't care. Maybe she doesn't. At least she doesn't care if she looks sad or not. There are no facades, no attempts to explain herself, no false happiness. Rin is honest. Hisao. What is it? You're my friend, right? Right. Will you do me a favor? I can fix this, but I'm not finished yet. Her dry voice is a mere whisper, but the strength, her last, is in it, delivering her meaning much more clearly than her words. I can feel Rin's heart beating against my chest like a scared little bird. Her entire body shivering from her fever, from her fear, from her despair. My brain is fast becoming overloaded with the myriad thoughts this encounter spawned, but I have to push them all aside. I snuggle my nose against her earlobe, which is soft and cold, and her hair, which smells good and tickles me. Alright, I'll do it. I will spend here rationally, trying to make her calm down. It works at least halfway, as Rin closes her eyes and leans against me as if searching comfort from my warmth. But it's not something that friends should do. We can't be friends anymore. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just relax. Even if I said that I'm on the verge of breaking myself. If I wasn't so nervous, I would laugh at my own nervousness. She wants to be comforted and I want to comfort her. But in this way, I reach out for the blanket and wrap it around her and me. Rin doesn't resist me. She's drained of all the strength from painting. What will happen now? I don't know. Nothing, I suppose. You look tired. I'm tired. It feels strange, like I lost something. I mean something else than my marital purity. Don't say something like that. Neither of those things. I don't want to lose you. What does that mean? I'm not going anywhere. I'm afraid that you are. All the time. In that moment, I felt that it was not only Rin who lost something of hers. I felt like I was losing part of myself, or maybe all of me. But if you were to ask what was it that I lost, I couldn't say because I had already forgotten it. I broke another promise by coming out with my honest feelings to Rin. That's 2 in 1 day. I hate the distance between you and me. So every time it gets a little bit closer, I become afraid of losing it. That's weird. I guess so. Do you mind if I sleep a little? No, I guess you don't. You like watching, don't ya? She closed her eyes and swallows with a loud gulp, trying to relax herself, fighting against the urge to paint. Yeah, I do. Kind of. Rin moves her body in my arms, searching for a comfortable position in our very uncomfortable position. She leans against me, closing her eyes, and lets one last long breath out before setting the steady rhythm of sleep. With her last moment of awareness, and she whispers something to me, but I can't hear it. Damn it! Rin drifts deeper into sleep, with a deep sigh that releases all the remaining tension from her muscles. I try to shift around to place both of us more comfortably. It takes a while because I don't want to wake up Rin, even though she probably wouldn't be, but eventually I find a position I'm somewhat comfortable with. I lean against the soft cushions of the couch and breathe in the cool air of the atelier. Rin's head rests against my chest, as if she were listening to my heartbeats. Echoes of her dream ripple as small twitches on her face, like a cat sleeping the mouse hunter's dream. The full moon, shining her pale light upon us from beyond the skylight, reflects from a blank canvas standing forgotten on the easel. Its whiteness is glowing against the dark with the dark night of the atelier. Break and build anew. Through the grogginess of a freshly awakened mind, I can observe my surroundings only one thing at a time. The morning light shining from the skylight is bright and sky-colored. It reflects from the white walls and the colorful posters and paintings. I hope nobody at school realized that I spent the night here. Meh. They didn't find out the last time, so I'm feeling confident about my chances. My neck is stiff and my shoulders are hurting like hell from sleeping in an awkward position like that. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. Only the full moon and Rin warm against me. I can't remember her waking up either, leaving my side, however, she has. Rin is standing in the middle of the atelier, looking as if she was lost. She's not looking at anything I can see, not doing anything, just standing there. She's managed to dress up a little by herself, a strange thing. I thought that at least would have been possible without hands. I get up along to her, patting her on the shoulder to get her attention. Hey. She flinches the contact. I've never seen Rin flinch. Rin looks a bit panicky, a bit anxious, a bit defensive. It's as if she were a completely different person last night. Perhaps she was. My heart drops straight down to my stomach, full of liquid nitrogen. I'm sort of sorry. Why sorry? I mean, it wasn't very tactful of me, last night. But isn't that the sort of thing, something you want? Because you like me? Huh. So blunt. I am completely baffled by Rin's approach to this. No, I mean, even if it was, I think I prefer for things to go properly. Rin cocks her head, looking like she has no idea what I'm talking about. She still has this guarded feel about her, but nothing belies any real emotion. So, you don't want to do that sort of thing? I didn't say that. So you do? I didn't say that either! Listen, it doesn't matter. I just don't think it was the best thing I could have done in that situation and try to apologize. I wonder for whose benefit I'm trying to come clear with these feelings. I don't even know why I'm feeling so terribly guilty. Maybe. I don't think it was a very good idea either. Probably. It's like you said. We are not like that. We are friends. It was a bad idea. Maybe you should forget about it and I will too. I'm really good at forgetting things, so it should be alright with me. I can't do that. Why? Because I like that's why, god damn it! I told you that you shouldn't talk about that. I don't agree. Besides, you brought it up yourself before. I hold my hand up and pinch the bridge of my nose in frustration. I have no idea how to get Rin to understand. I hate that Rin can't really tell what she feels about anything. I hate that she's sending those confusing signals as if she's expecting me to read her mind. Do you hate me? She actually thinks about this for some time. I don't hate anything. I don't think I'm a hateful person. Then, what am I to you? Help me understand. I try to sound as reasonable as I can, but I don't know if it will help. Rationally thinking, this is the only way to get her to understand my point of view. Problem is, rationality never was a thing for Rin. It does restrict her like it restricts me. It's not her driving force, it doesn't make her behave like a normal person. I can't. The same answer. I feel so powerless. I feel so frustrated. Why? I don't think you'll understand. I'm not sure if I do. I need to understand. When I explain, it doesn't matter. Let's go with... It doesn't matter. Let's go with that. It doesn't really matter whether I understand her or not. I just want to know. I can't. She's like a stone wall. I just can't reach through to Rin. It's impossible for me. Fine. I don't care. You want to change? You want to destroy yourself? You want this exhibition more than anything, right? Yeah. Okay. Then do it. She doesn't respond or even show acknowledgement of understanding. I am gritting my teeth together, frustrated beyond anything I thought possible. I want to grab her in shoulders and shake her until she comes to her senses. I look at her, and in that moment I know with crystal clear certainty that there is nothing I can do for Rin. None of the words I know would reach her, but still. I think that for whatever reason you think it's important that you go this way all the way to the end. Even if it's not healthy for you, on many different levels. But I will have nothing to do with it. I can't accept being treated like this, and not understand the reasons for it. I'm finished here. The full wave what I said sings in the silent distance between us. Rin doesn't show any reaction, nor even blinks her eyes. She just stares at or through me quietly. Did I make a bad choice? That's fine. Her voice is perfectly calm, emotionless like an announcement that the 7:30 train will be 7 minutes late. With those words, Rin made her choice, and I made mine. If either of us secretly want to change our mind, it's too late for that. I take a hard, long look at Rin, hoping that it conveys my feelings. Without knowing whether it does or not, I leave the atelier for the last time, feeling empty and anxious like so many times before. What the heck? Oh boy, Act 4 Dream tomorrow, guys. For now, we are ending it, and we'll see where this goes exactly. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Bye bye.